There are some great perks in Marvel's Avengers which are not used enough, and these perks can make a big difference in your game. So let's talk about it. Hey guys, my name is Wes and I want to thank you in advance for tuning in to the channel. Marvel's Avengers is a big game and there are many things for you to consider. For that reason, some things might get overlooked and therefore people forget to make use of them. One thing in particular that I notice people don't use enough is the damage buff from the exotic artifacts. As of the making of this video, there are 4 exotic artifacts you can obtain easily. The Tactigun, the Sacred Norn Stone of Lethal, the Ring of Nebulon, and the Dark Hole. The third perk of each of these exotics does something different by either providing you with a damage boost or some sort of survivability boost, just to say the least. The exotic artifact that I personally use the most is the Tactigun, especially when I'm using Thor or the Hulk. You get the Tactigun artifact after you finish the main campaign. Besides being able to get 1 power level for each upgrade, the best thing about the exotic artifacts is the damage buff you get. For the Tactigun artifact, my favorite so far, the first perk is called Routed, and it states 11.9% increased damage on enemies affected by any status. The second perk is Exploit, and it states 11.9% increased status damage from all attacks. This I believe is the best in my opinion. But for the last perk of the Tactigun artifact, you get this buff called Quell, and you activate the buff by pressing both right and left analog sticks at the same time on controllers. If you read the perk, it states press left stick and right stick simultaneously to trigger an explosion that deals exploit damage on enemies affected by any status and increases all status damage against any unaffected enemies hit. Now the Quell buff has a cooldown timer of 5 minutes, so you cannot spam the heck out of it. But where it makes a difference is in the status effect game. Therefore, make sure to equip gears that can apply status effect damage to the enemies. Quick note on status effects. You have positive and negative. Right now in the game there are 3 positives, Cosmic, Pem, and Plasma, and 3 negatives, Gamma, Cryo, and Electroshock. So always trying to equip gears that have at least 1 positive and 1 negative in your build. As an example, in my Kamala build, I have Pem Particle in my melee gear slot and Gamma in my range gear slot. This means my melee gear is positive, whereas my range gear is negative. Therefore, in a combat scenario, I would hit the enemy with my range gear to apply the Gamma status effect and proceed to attack them with my melee attack. This allows me to do more damage on the enemy. I could do this process in reverse, where I would hit the enemy with some regular melee attack, and once they are affected with Pem Particle, I would proceed with some range attack for more damage. It works either way, and you know an enemy is affected by status effect when you see them glow. All of that said, if I want to take advantage of the Tactigun artifact, I would look for enemies that are glowing, or if I see a big enemy like an EXO or a boss, I would apply the status effect and activate the Quell buff. This may not seem much to some people, but you can see a difference once you start seeing different color numbers popping up on the screen. So next time you play the game, remember you can activate your artifact buffed. It doesn't have to be the Tactigun artifact, it's whatever you have equipped. I know a lot of people are only using the artifact simply because of the power level, but the artifact can do more for your combat power. Hopefully this video helps remind you to use your artifact buff next time you play the game. If you enjoyed this video, please help the channel out by leaving a like, comment, or subscribe. I will be most appreciative. Thanks for watching. See you guys later.